Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Too Much Tech, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the Razer Raiju Tournament Edition PlayStation 4 controller. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like using the regular versions of the Xbox or PS4 controllers, so that sends me on the hunt for a nice long-lasting, hopefully durable Pro controller for each console. For the Xbox, the one that I found and settled on was the Wolverine Tournament Edition, so I figured since the Raiju is now a lot more easily attainable via Amazon to get in America, I got the equivalent for the PS4. So there's some clear differences between the Xbox version and the PlayStation 4 version, and basically that's what I'm just going to be going over today, and also kind of give you guys my overall thoughts on the controller as a whole for the PS4. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a couple differences between this one and the Xbox version. Number one is going to be the weight. The weight on this controller is significantly heavier than the Xbox counterpart because this controller is offered as a wireless option. It is wireless. Personally, I don't think the wireless mode works that well because it uses Bluetooth, and the PS4's Bluetooth is not that great. So I 100% of the time always opt to play with my controller wired, just because I don't have any input latency or lag or anything like that. And what's nice about it is that on the back of the controller you got 3 different modes. So you got Bluetooth for your PS4, Bluetooth for your PC, and a specified USB mode. So that's really nice that you don't have to worry about your PS4 recognizing your controller as being in Bluetooth mode when it should be in wired mode. Like I said, once again, is really going to help cut down on latency and lag between your controller and the PS4. Other than the controller being wireless, it's largely the same as the Wolverine Xbox version. The D-pad is the same. It's got the same really tactile, clicky, mechanical buttons that I like. The paddle setup on the back and the additional buttons next to the bumpers are also the same, which I also love all of those. And even the stick placement is the same on the Tournament Edition. If you want stick placement very similar to the stock PS4 controllers, you'll have to go with the Ultimate Edition, which luckily the Ultimate Edition also comes with the same flat paddle design on the back, which personally I think that's really going to help as far as longevity with the controller, hoping that the paddles and the actuators on the back really last a long time, because I've had some bad experiences with some other manufacturers. But overall, the build quality of this controller is pretty good. The grip on the back is pretty nice as well. It's like a nice rubberized texture. I really do like the design that Razer did on the touchpad to make it a bit different from the stock PlayStation touchpad, and I think it looks cool too. And even that, the button is like really clicky and mechanical. It's really nice. Actually, you know what? Let me give you guys a quick sound test. But yeah, those buttons are really solid. I'm really surprised that Razer continues to build controllers, even though their PC market is huge. But I guess for a peripheral company, that's probably a good idea because they're doing a really good job, and I'm glad that they continue to build these controllers. Now let's talk about some really cool features about this controller. So you do have trigger stops. You can either choose to let the triggers go all the way down or have them stop about halfway, which is really nice for shooters. Now, one thing that's nice about this controller being Bluetooth is that they actually have a Raiju app that you can use on your phone to remap all of your buttons on your controller. So you can use that to remap those 2 paddles on the back and those 2 auxiliary buttons next to your triggers and set them to any of the face buttons that you want. It's really easy too. All you do is put your controller in the Bluetooth mode and then connect your controller to your phone via Bluetooth, and then you can use the app, save it to your device, and it's really simple. It works incredibly well. One thing I will say, considering that I exclusively play with this controller in wired mode, one thing that I did notice is that the charging cable for this controller is like 1 meter shorter than the Xbox version. I think the Xbox version is like 4 meters and this one is like 3. And I was like, what? That's really weird. Logically, I understand why it's a bit shorter because you have that wireless option. PS4 Bluetooth is not really that great. So with that being said, if your PS4 is really far away from your setup, it might not work for you and you might need to look for another cord. And the reason why I mention it is because they have like this weird proprietary slot right around the micro USB port on the back of the controller. So it's like, why? That is one thing that I will mention. If you are interested in picking up this controller, you may have to get a USB extension because honestly speaking, using this connected via USB is the best way to use it. Like I said, once again, to cut down on that lag and latency, which is a no-go when you're playing any type of game. Other than the connection issue with the Bluetooth and the added weight of the battery, this is probably the best PS4 controller you can get for the price. You get solid build quality, you get a really nice feature set and a comfortable controller. And if you prefer Xbox controllers, you get the exact same offset thumbstick layout. So all of those really do add up to a really nice package, especially when this controller is usually like $100. Definitely take a look on Amazon. I have some links below if you guys want to take a look at the regular tournament edition of this controller, and also if you want to look at the ultimate edition, if you want the extra RGB and the extra controls that it has at the bottom of the controller, in addition to the controls that the tournament edition has. Now, the reason why I said this is probably one of the best controllers you can get for $100 is because any other pro controller that you look at for the PS4 is probably gonna be upwards of $170, $80 to $200 or more. If you look at a SCUF controller, they start off at around like $160, $170. You customize a couple things, you take out the rumbles, you add $20 shipping in there or more, and now you're at almost $250 more than likely. I don't think the SCUF is that much better than this controller, and honestly speaking, I do think that this controller is gonna last longer than the SCUF. I don't see any reason why I would spend the extra money unless you're purely going for aesthetics. And then if we drop down to like the Astro C40, I've held the C40. I plan on doing a full review of it pretty soon, but it's I would not say that the C40 is that much better than this controller, where I would be willing to spend double on the C40 over this one. So I don't know about that one. That's gonna be up to you, and I recommend if you have a friend that has one of each, you hold them both, see which one you like better. That is going to be it for the video today, guys. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. I've got a ton of reviews planned for the channel in the upcoming weeks related to console and PC gaming, so be sure to stay tuned. Also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter so you guys can stay up to date with me and see what products I'm playing with. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the video today, guys, and yeah, see you in the next one. Peace.